welcome to tonight's beer review, which I'm calling the End Is Nigh beer review. And I'm saying that mainly because, well, I promised a few things ago, as long as this crisis was going to continue, I'd continue to try to do beer and liquor reviews. It is now April 16th. As of yesterday, it seems that our state is going to be cutting us state employees' pay by a good deal. And, 37% unemployment now in this state. It's unlikely I'm going to be able to go and pick up secondary work to go and make that shortfall. So, obviously, discretionary expenditures like beer is something that's going to be off the table at that point. So, I'm going to go and try to make the best of it as I can. And, well, what happens, happens. Yeah, cheerful news, isn't it? Anyways, I also have to go and move the mic around because it was giving me problems. You can see it's not a very convenient location for it in regards to doing these reviews, because it kind of blocks my arm from rising, which is why I always had them just kind of like shoved off onto the side. But for some reason, this thing is being extraordinarily fussy. It's almost 10 years old, really, so I'm not overly surprised that it's being fussy. Still a very high quality mic. Most of the shittiness in the sound quality is due to the software and hardware that is running on my in my digital audio connector thing. My DAW set and microphone are actually pretty top of the line, which was a really foolish thing for me to do, because the base hardware that I plugged it into was a piece of shit, and the software I plug it into is a piece of shit, so that wasted a lot of money on my part, but water under the bridge, I suppose. So what are we reviewing tonight? Going to the actual beer we're reviewing tonight. Well, Three Peaks is still open, and we're going to be reviewing something from Honolulu Beerworks. And what are we going to be reviewing from Honolulu Beerworks? Well, I tried Googling it, and apparently it hasn't been online, which is not surprising considering that all the actual pubs are closed. So I'm kind of wondering, if it just hasn't made it to, the websites to be described. And it's a cream ale. As you know, cream ale is one of my favorite styles. And I keep on moving this thing around here. Beerworks has released 2 cream ales before, and a cream ale, Koalos, is one of their flagship beers. You can go and I have a review for that one from quite a while back. I really did enjoy that one. And I'm looking forward to this one, which is called Alohilani Loral Cream Ale. Loral referring to the Loral hops that were used in making this, dry hops. It's dry hopped with Loral hops. I don't know. I'm not a real hop head, so I can't really tell you all that much about like the flavor profiles that they sort of generate. I'm looking forward to it. It's not very high in IBUs. I can't remember what the data was. It was somewhere in between 20 and 30 IBUs. And 5.2 ABV. And it's almost 4 minutes in, so why don't we get down to this, shall we? Okay, well, there we go. Let's pour ourselves out a beer. For who knows what tomorrow may hold. Okay. Not very well carbonated, but that just might be the growler pool. It is a nice light golden beer color with a fizzy to frothy white head. That is redolent of ozone. Floral notes. Hints of dank. And an underlying juiciness. The malt is crackery to bready. And let's get to it, shall we? Not very well carbonated, but again, that just might be the pool. Delightfully refreshing on the palate. With just an ever so slight piney bitterness in the finish. Front is a slight bready malt sweetness. The initial blast of floral hops. And a mid to early finish that is best described as beer flavored, as most cream ales are, which is why I like cream ales. They taste like the platonic ideation of what beer should be. If there is one thing that is wrong with this beer, I would perhaps just turn down the malt sweetness just a scoosh if possible, so it has a little bit more dryness. It doesn't finish exactly clean on the palate. That might again also be an artifact of how little carbonation there is in it. I have a feeling that this would be a truly, if not sublime, then a very, very nice beer to drink at its, prime carbonation levels. As it warms up, the sweetness is actually starting to take a juicy dimension, but is juicy in the sense of apples and pears and not in tropical fruits. Again, you wouldn't be confused with the cider. There's still a very detectable, very present hop finish there. And I wouldn't say just in the finish, it's also in, the front through the mids as both an aromatic note and a bittering note. And again, my only concerns. This is a wonderful flavor. I love how the hops and malts intermix there, creating a very wonderful beer. Just a scoosh too sweet for me. Just like maybe the hop bitterness amped a little bit, or the residual sugar is tuned down just a little bit. And of course, at its original carbonation. And I should probably have said at its original carbonation first, because I think at full carbonation, sweetness would probably be a bit more measured. It would have a little bit more bite to it from the crispness of the carbonation. So, Alohilani Loral Cream Ale from Honolulu Beerworks. Interesting. This particular pool, not the best, just from the fact that the carbonation is not ideal at the moment. But wonderful taste profile, nicely refreshing as warmer weather returns. And I am enjoying this beer because there is blessedly little to enjoy otherwise right now in life. So, to the few of you who are watching this, whenever I upload it, it's almost like a historical event when I upload things. I'm getting pretty near uploading a bunch of stuff now because, why not? Anyways, that's your beer review for tonight, folks. Stay safe, drink lots of beer, and, let's hope happy times come again soon, yeah? Because God knows we need it. That's your beer review for tonight, folks. Cheers.